Hey everyone, this is Akromah. We are looking at my new friend Dia Elements playing Jarvan jungle and ranked here versus a Lee Sin. It's actually a matchup I've seen like a lot recently. It's just coincidental though, I'm assuming. It's not like either champion has increased in popularity for any reason. Well, maybe Lee Sin did after that Insect Diamond Prox match in the All-Star matchups, the one-on-one, which was pretty cool to watch. So I don't like that you're standing right here right now, because if they do happen to do some sort of early invade or some weird shit, you don't have any vision. You're better off like getting your items as fast as possible, standing up here and setting out a line of scrimmage. We're out here, right here in this bush. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you get out there fast. The good thing about Jarvan is you usually start with your E in the jungle, and it looks like you did. So you can use your E to actually give you vision, so you don't have to do face checks. York's sitting in a good spot, preventing an invade from this top bush. Swain's sitting in a good spot, so you really can't be invaded without them going through one of these two guys. Also, they don't really have the best invade. They have a pretty reasonable one. They just don't have any hard stun. They have a flip from Volibear, so I wouldn't be worried too much about the invade. As far as lanes go, looks like it's Kale middle, York top. I like ganking the Volibear if that becomes possible before he becomes too strong. 'Cause as the game goes on, he's gonna be really hard to gank in a low damage lane like Yorick and Jarvan. That's just you guys won't have the damage to kill him. Um, is this support Fiddlesticks? I think it could be support Volibear too. I mean, it's a very confusing team comp right now. We'll see in a second who it is. So right now you want to be eyeing up. Looks like you're going for an early gank instead of going for your red. You did use your smite. I usually opt not to smite blue and just get a really strong leash. Oh, you're actually invading. I wouldn't invade a Lee Sin, especially at half health. He's just going to be stronger than you are. Looks like you missed your combo. It's okay. Looks like you are smart casting. If Lee Sin lands a Q, he's actually a lot more potent than you are. Um, Depending on what he got second in this cripple combo. Oh, you got him here. Very well played. I do like that you went up to this bush right afterwards, because you were at the edge on him. You blew his flash. He has all these pots, so he's probably not looking to completely leave the jungle yet. So that's a pretty heads-up play by you. So nice thinking. Uh, yeah, I don't think you'll have the damage here. And I thought he was against the Volibear, but you're actually not against the Volibear. So you burn another flash. You want to be looking to pursue that this top lane now that his flash is down, and he's a little bit on the defense. I like that you're going here because Lee Sin's probably going to go for his wraiths next. It's an easier clear for Lee Sin. Although now that they know you're there, you might want to get out soon. I know your smite's off cooldown now, actually. Um, it's just that if Lee Sin comes at you again, you might be in trouble. Although the good thing is he won't be level 3, and you are level 3. You have more tools in your kit to take him down. Keep checking the conditions of the lane. Bottom lane is shoving a lot, and it's like an aggressive lane, and they have a lot of follow-up on Volibear. So I'd be looking to gank there at some point between your clears. Your middle lane's pushing. There's not really a gank there. There's only a counter gank. You gotta be careful with not having vision here. Okay, speaking of counter gank, he just showed up. That ward didn't really do him that much justice there. You can keep fighting here. You just have to not tank the creeps here. If you don't tank the creeps there, you're gonna do a lot more damage. You just kind of like trying to bait him away from. Ooh, I don't like that engage. Early game, people really now you can fight now that his thing's down. Very well played there. Very well played. Drive mechanics around the ball. They're playing really sloppily. You want to be when you're at those like low health battles, you want to go in when their shit's on cooldown, and then disengage when your shit's off cooldown. Or excuse me, disengage when your shit's on cooldown. So you have jungle control here. You're really just owning this Lee Sin. I've never seen a Lee Sin get counter jungled so hard. You're gonna have to spend that gold. You probably have a solid like 1,200, maybe 1,300 right now. It's 1,250. You like clearing these little ones first, and right here, I would probably just try and clear this big one and then get the hell out, because you have Lee Sin respawning. He's probably not going to get there for like another 5 seconds or so. Looks like he actually went bottom instead. So just to be safe, because you have a big early lead right now, a lot of kills, a lot of gold. You just don't want to throw it away getting caught here. And at the same time, you're going to leave his little golem up and fuck up his timers. More so than you already are, because when you clear the whole camp, you know, you already start that spawn timer, and there's a chance he won't even notice that it got counter jungled. And he actually might not, because this Lee Sin looks like he likes the gank. He left his Wraith camp up earlier so he could gank, and that might be the case again, especially with Swain's actually pushed up a little bit here. He's in harm's way from this bush. Your bottom lane is fine, so I'd be expecting a gank from Lee Sin right around here right now. Especially since, well, you actually don't know that he didn't go into, um, his top jungle, so you actually don't know that he's over here somewhere. It looks like he's at his blue. Look that you're taking your raids now, your red buff now. Lee Sin just flashed on the map real fast. I don't know why. There's this glitch, and it's really annoying when a jungler shows up for a gank. As soon as he turns up, sometimes he'll flash on the map elsewhere, and it gets really confusing sometimes. Very good gank here. Looks like they're not warded. Real fast. 6 minutes is a really good time to gank this bottom lane, because right now I'm guessing they don't have wards. They don't. They put their wards down around 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, or maybe 3 minutes. So by somewhere in that time. So if you come down at 6 minutes, they can frequently be unwarded. And you want to just try and keeping talking to your bottom lane and having them let you know where the wards are. So in this case, it looks like this gank will work out. The only problem is you don't really have a follow-up from Ezreal, right? Because he's not here. Did he die or something? Or am I missing something? I'm missing something. I don't know. Still, you're really strong here. Caitlyn's level 5. I like that you're going for Caitlyn and not Volibear, but the only problem with that is Volibear is actually going to just peel you off like he did there. At this point, there's not much more of a gank there. You're just risking a lot here. Especially with, well, you know they're Lee Sin's middle, so you don't have to worry about the Lee Sin counter gank. But I think you're going to get caught out of position here, and you might even die. Jarvan's too beefy. And you got that heal from Kate. Oh, it's a good thing she stepped on that trap and you didn't. Would have been in trouble. Focus on clearing out your jungle here. Just keep snowballing your experience. You don't have enough mana to really gank and follow up. Not to mention they have really strong peel and shut you down last time. Things Caitlyn's out of mana right now. It's just a very risky gank. It looks like it might work. You have just enough mana to combo, I think. Yeah, just enough to combo. I think Volibear is still really fat, has a full pull of mana, and if he peels you properly here, you're gonna die. He's peeling you properly, you look like you're dead. If you want to engage that gank, it's a really risky gank, like I said. Ezreal has to be in position. So those high-risk ganks just really aren't worth it when you're already so strong. And at the same time, you're leaving your blue buff open up here. If Lee Sin's paying attention, he saw that you just died bottom, and he sees that it's 7 minutes and 30 seconds, which is the respawn of the blue buff. So about it's a 5-minute timer, and you kill the first one in about 2 minutes and 2 minutes 10 seconds or so. So he should know that it's up. But he's probably not paying attention to that. But at the same time, all these jungle camps that are just sitting up right now are like free farm for you that you're neglecting by putting all that effort into ganking bottom. And I think you actually let Lee Sin catch up to you a little bit by spending a little bit too much time down there. You're still really strong though. You also fed a kill to Caitlyn, so she's getting up there. I'd definitely give this one a Swain. Let's see your item build. I don't like that you went Brutalizer. That it really. For starters, it synergizes with your ganking style, so that's okay. Because you seem to like to gank a lot, or your jungle play style. I would just take it. If he's not paying attention, just take it. It's his fault that he's not paying attention. You're losing way too much health, and the cost of taking this is time, experience, and health. And right now you're gonna have to go back because he's too slow to take it. It's entirely his fault. He should be paying attention. I'd be pretty unhappy with him at that point. Because now you just got out of the junk, you just got out of base, you went to do blue, and you have to immediately go back to base. Depending on how many, I only have rejuve beads. Well, you're just not going to be even able to gank, so I mean, I would just do a couple quick clears, and then go back to base. It looks like you're looking to gank right now. I don't like this gank here, because one, you might bait Yorick. If Jace turns and fights, he has enough burst. Especially if he had Ignite. He doesn't have Ignite. He's actually running Teleport. So that's one thing that makes this gank kind of okay. The other reason is this is properly mutually warded here. Looks like... Oh, and I really don't like counter jungle with low health and running through this path here. If you want to counter jungle... you're much better running off through this path. Real fast. Let me explain. This area, if there's not a ward here, there's usually a ward here top lane. And it's a little bit different in lower YOLO. People don't ward as much as they should. But it's frequently warded. So you're better off running through here, which is a less warded route. The other reason the counter jungle isn't that good is if we back up 15 seconds, you have no idea where Lee Sin is right now. and you just walk through Ward Central. You're just asking to get pinched in. York's not in a position to help follow up here. Neither is Swain. Swain's almost so you're just not really in a good position here. Also, you don't have Madred's Razor, so you don't clear that fast. Uh, all are reasons that you can't be counter jungling here. And I mean, best case scenario, you get a Golem camp. But hey, you have a Wraith camp sitting right down here anyway, which is equivalent experience. So really not a lot to gain from this top invade, but a lot to risk. We'll see what happens. You know the Yorick dies. And this is the Yorick burst. And if you gank, Yorick can get, excuse me, Jace can get this burst off pretty easily in a gank, as long as there's enough mana. So you see Lee Sin coming out. I'd be going for a counter gank. Okay, now he sees you're coming, you just gotta get the hell out of there. I think he thinks we're doing golems. And even then, it's still too risky to go up there. He does think you're doing golems. It's still too risky to go up there. Okay, Fiddlestick stays middle, you'll be fine. I wouldn't use my EQ because you have reasonable suspicion for him to be there. And I wouldn't tower dive that either. It's just it's another example of a high risk play with low rewards. Even if you get the killer, you get a kill and you're gonna die from that. You're gonna go 1-for-1 there every time. Fiddlesticks is missing, so this guy's gotta be careful here. If he hit that W, he would have killed Jace, but he didn't hit the W, so now he's gonna disengage. And I like that he's disengaging through this path here, because Fiddlestick's probably right over here somewhere. Here he is. And look, he's out of range now. Oh, but he uses W on creeps for some reason. But he still gets away. So a pretty good escape route for Swain. Burns Fiddlestick ult. And you get the Jace kill. Nice. So your options right now, Fiddlestick's top, I would clear out this farm middle. Either just neutralize it or just farm the entire thing. I'd probably just farm the entire thing. Try and last hit on a tower a little bit better. Jarvan's a pretty good last hitter, especially with his EQ and his passive. But by shoving this, they have no way of filling middle right now. They have to bring their jungler over here to defend middle because Jace just died. So if they don't send him middle right now, they're gonna lose farm to the tower. So when you shove to their tower and their jungler fills, that's more map control for you because that means their jungler is not on the map defending. It looks like Swain's actually just gonna pop his TP, or Fiddlestick's gonna just pop his TP here. So that's another good reason to shove right there. You just popped his ooh, sorry about the Cosmo. I accidentally kicked my dog. Sorry, dude. So he actually loses map control by using his teleport just to get back to lane just for the 6 CS. I really like this counter jungle right now because Lee Sin's top. They have no way of defending it. Fiddlesticks is also on the map now. I was about to say Fiddlesticks is missing, but it's okay because he already used his ult. I would kill this and just get the timer because you're already outplaying him a good bit. And definitely a good gank down here. Volibear's passive is up, so you have to factor that into your thinking here, but I think he's low mana. No, he's not low mana. Not low enough to actually matter. He just used his charge there. So what I would do is I wouldn't use my gap closer on Caitlyn. I wouldn't use my gap closer on Caitlyn until she uses her peel mechanism, which is her 100 caliber net or whatever the hell it's called. Ooh, no, it's not there anymore. You have to either shove or take dragon now. With Lee Sin missing, I would just shove this in. You could have your AD shove it in. You're not really in a position to do dragon. You just don't have enough health, and you don't have a traditional support really to help you out. You have a Kale support, which isn't really going to do that much. So yeah, it's a safe play. Just keep clearing your jungle now. You need to get boots too. I would have got the Spirit Stone before the Brutalizer, and I know you kind of just want to oppress them with all your damage, but if you go back with, I think you went back 1200 gold, I just think the Spirit Stone and boots are better. Then you get a couple long swords if you have leftover gold. So with Swain roaming bottom, it's you get to farm middle, but it looks like he's actually not roaming bottom. Their enemy's red buff just came up. I can't remember if you know this. I don't think you know this. But if Lee Sin started red, which I believe he did, it spawns around 12 minutes and like 40 seconds or so, as long as he's clearing efficiently. You see the Lee Sin on the map right now. I would probably come down here, and it looks like he knows exactly where you're going too. So you gotta be very cautious here. If Jace vanishes from the map, you gotta bail out of there. And you're super low health, and I think Lee Sin has his kick, so you're gonna be running into trouble here. close. If your Swain helps, if your Swain helps and gets there preemptively, then you're gonna make a good play there. But with you seeing Lee Sin running over to his red, I would just bail out of there. If you're full health, it's a little bit different because you'll be able to duel a little bit better. But when you're under half health, you're in execute range with his Q, and his Q is just gonna do a lot more damage. So just a risky play there that you're paying for. You're just making a lot of risky plays that aren't paying off. You're better off doing like safe pressure plays when you get an early lead like this. So your blue just spawns. I would do. I wouldn't really gank middle. I would just come farm middle until Swain gets there, and then go do blue for Swain. And that's fine. That's fine too. I'll be telling Swain to push up right now so you can get the blue. You guys really need vision on the map. You don't have any vision on the map, and it's making your decisions harder. I doubt they're doing dragon right now. They could be because Fiddlesticks is a pretty good dragoner. You guys are kind of neglecting your blue here. Swain's coming down too. Lee Sin should either be pushing or coming down to follow you guys here. Looks like you'll pick up this kill pretty easily. So as what I was saying before about ganking Caitlyn, if you come in at an angle and you can just run in and slow her, that forces her to use. You guys should turn this into dragon now because you have 4 bottom. So that forces her to or tower, both are fine. Because Lee Sin's doing the right thing by pressuring your tower here, and he's kind of actually neutralizing this play. What was I saying? Okay, so if you're ganking Caitlyn, you're by just walking in and slowing, if that's an option, you're making her, you're forcing her to use her net to escape, and then you're just gonna counter that escape with an EQ combo. If she already uses the net, then just go ahead and hop right on her. I think you guys are taking a little bit too long to organize a dragon here. You guys have a pretty good team for it too, but it's just not gonna. I guess you guys just didn't want it. With more vision on the map, it'll definitely be possible, but unfortunately, Kale hasn't been warding at all. She has no wards in her inventory. Doesn't even have a sight stone. She has a fiendish codex for some reason. Makes no sense. Dragon gets easier when you have pressure on the map. You guys had pressure bottom. You didn't really have pressure middle or top. Kudos to the enemy Lee Sin because he actually did a good job by neutralizing your 4-man bot by pushing middle. You might get a little bit more vision. I don't know who put the word here, but if you put it right in the middle, I think you'll get a little bit more vision, which helps. Volibear's ganking here, it looks like. So with Volibear being there, Caitlyn's unprotected right now. It's hard to figure out where Lee Sin is. He's probably still in this general area or clearing Golem's top. York's really pushed, so he could be ganking top. I don't think Jarvan's the best counter ganker. I mean, he's definitely not bad. Okay, you see Lee Sin going top. You can't really go assist him, but what you can do right now is you can do dragon, especially with Volibear going top. You don't have the edge roll is the only problem, so it would actually take a little bit too long, but it still could be done. If you were properly warded. You're probably not properly warded though, right? You're really not, yeah. You just have one ward right here. So you guys are actually collapsing on him pretty well. This should be a deadly Sin. Fiddlesticks is coming from behind, and that's going to be the game breaker right now. You guys got to control this Fiddlesticks in this team fight. So he's going to come from below you. You got to EQ combo him. We got to have someone designated to shutting him down here. There goes Fiddlesticks. You just got to really pay attention to the Fiddlesticks there. Because he just like almost single-handedly won you guys that fight. So let's back up and slow that down a little bit. Okay, we'll go half speed. So, you know, Fiddlesticks was just on this map. You guys are converging on him. Let's just see the layout right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And both AD carries are bottom. So this is a 4-on-4 here that's going to happen. Presumably everyone else is in there, or actually, yeah, so actually everyone's visible except for Fiddlesticks. But you know where the Fiddlesticks is. They're engaging on Yorick, which is actually not the best engage. Swain and Kale are both in pretty good position here. Hopefully, or it'd be better if Kale were more in like pouncing range, which is still in a relatively safe spot. So they're gonna flip the Yorick. You guys don't even have that much mana to fight here. So you're chasing. You see this Fiddlesticks coming up. He's just gonna GG town everybody unless someone stops him. You guys are actually chasing, and I think it's okay so far. Right there is the time to stop him, but I think you used your EQ on something else. I'm assuming it's on cooldown. Yeah, your Q's on cooldown. Um, Also, you guys used everything you had on Volibear, right? I think it was Volibear. So that's not like in this matchup. Volibear is their support, and he has a crazy passive, and he's just naturally tanky. And look at his items, super tanky. So when you use everything you have on him and you don't get him, you're at risk, and you're gonna get punished, especially by this Fiddlesticks. So that's sort of like a breakdown of this fight. It's just only gonna get worse from here on out. And Volibear didn't even die. Looks like you guys will probably get this chase, maybe. Actually, I don't think you did. You guys are a little bit too low mana to really follow up here. Look at that Fiddlesticks damage. Very well played by them here. Not really much to say other than that. Kale didn't even ult for some reason. She just ulted just now. Speed back up. There's not much more here to see. It's gonna be dead Kale too. Fiddlesticks got it with an auto attack. So they have to. What red team has to do here is put pressure on the map, either by Jace pushing top and these three dragoning. These three could easily dragon. They'd have 4 against 1 on dragon. This is an example of low YOLO, people not taking advantage of winning team fights, because this dragon is essentially free. Oh wow, Jace could have killed him there, probably. Lee Sin's coming in. Bad spot to recall for Yorick. Just gotta give up that tower. But they could be getting 2,000 global gold right now, which would be a huge amount. And they're just not. See, now they're calling for dragon, but now you guys are all up. Oh, this Caitlyn. I don't know why he'd use his exhaust there, because he has no way of following up on her. Unless he flashes, but he'd be flashing into probably everybody. This chase is over now. He can't keep chasing here. They're all gonna be here. Looks like only 2 of them are. This is a really bad chase by Ezreal. He's chasing into. Like it might work. It's not even gonna work. Oh, okay, you got her. But he can't see what he's chasing into, and the net is he blew everything he had and still just died. ADC for ADC. Don't like this. Don't like this. They're likely going to be there. You're got a 2-on-4 at best, or excuse me, like a 2-on-2 at best, and you're in their territory to follow up. You guys just, if you want to make these sort of plays, you need to know where they are. You need to have vision. Ooh, you got really lucky there. Volibear was almost flipping you mid-pull. Finally, Fiddlesticks is realizing that he can dragon. It would be nice to have a ward up there, right there, instead of right there. I would just like go in on them right now. Swain does a bad thing there. He sort of just lets them know that you guys know that he's there, and then he flashes right into like really poor positioning. Good ult by Kale. You guys still made it work. It was just a little bit sloppy. Looks like you guys got the dragon too. The timing for going in was pretty good, but you guys should have all just gone in together and blew up that Fiddlesticks real fast. He shouldn't have even got his ult off. We're out of the jungling element right now. It's becoming a more transitional element. Let me see how you got up here real fast, because I don't really like that you're counter jungling so much when you guys don't have the map control that you had before. Okay, you're actually looking for a dive, which is actually acceptable as long as you guys don't know, as long as you guys know where Lee Sin is. Um, because with him pushing top, that's just pretty much to Lee Sin. That's a reason to gank there, and there aren't really like ganks elsewhere on the map that much, especially with Fiddlestick's ult down, Caitlyn's safe spot. Lee Sin should be coming up top somehow, or maybe even apparently Volibear too. That's close. I don't really like this because you just don't. You're not in a position where people will be able to follow up. Cool little moves though, fancy little moves. Volibear is doing the same thing mistake you just made, where he went in, there wasn't even anyone in position to follow up. Good KS by Ezreal. Get that ADC gold. So with you guys having a 5-on-4 advantage right now, um, see if you're Fiddlesticks, you want to be a little bit more deceptive with what you're doing. He's actually just staying right in like clear vision. So hopefully you guys learned from last time that Fiddlesticks is the make or break guy in these team fights. His ult's actually down right now. So one of you guys needs to lock down Fiddlesticks, and it probably has to be you because no one else on the team has any sort of stun to stop him. I actually like the idea of one of you guys going top and pressuring top because they have a pretty good wave clear team here. And by pretty good, I mean amazing between Fiddlesticks, Crows, Caitlyn, Q, and Jace EQ combo. So you guys have a really shitty. Well, your push team's actually not that bad, but you can't really do anything about their wave clear. So by having York go top or something like that, or one of your poor pushers going top, you can make more pressure on the map. Looks like they're coming in here. You're actually not in a really good position to team fight. Let me look at your build. I haven't looked at your build in a while. Ancient Golem looks good. Uh, if they had like an AP top or like an AP jungle, I'd probably go Bulwark. Let's speed this up. Let's look like anything's gonna happen right now. What are you making now? I like the item choice because I only have one AP. Volibear is a little bit of AP, but I'm more worried about Lisa and Jace and Caitlyn. And nice, you got wards too. So they're all missing right now. Kale's coming through at a really bad angle here. Like, it's just kind of risky. Uh, York's not in a position to follow up right here, so you could be hankered for a 4v5. So you guys gotta just keep your distance. They don't know that York's not there is the thing, so they probably won't be doing any sort of hard engage or anything. We just have to be really careful about where you go. Um, okay, this is really bad what you just did. You're engaging, and at best, you're getting a 4v4 because you see 4 on the map. Two of your guys aren't even in position to follow up, and one of your guys isn't even there. Even though the Caitlyn is indeed out of position, if you had all your guys backing you up, she would be out of position, and Swain could like 100 to 0 her. But with his Fiddlesticks up here, it looks like he's just going to ult in a second. Jace is going to just poke the hell out of you, and I'm assuming you're going to die here. I'm not positive, though, because you are tanky, you are Jarvan. And now see what you did here in a 5v4 here. No Yorick, and Yorick's a pretty key element in your team fights by by duplicating your Ezreal. And the good news is they blew everything they had on you, but the bad news is it's probably going to work for them. There goes Fiddlesticks ulting in. And did I see that wrong? Did Ezreal just use his E right into melee range? Also, the other thing that I was saying before is you're the only stun on the team. You're the only way to stop Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks should not be able to just do what he's doing right now and ult while standing right next to you guys, especially since it makes a charge up noise, and you can hear it coming. Um, oh wow, Ezreal just E'd into like all of them. That was another huge mistake. It's just a pretty poorly fought team fight by everyone. You couldn't even make a move to come either. But it wasn't necessarily his fault. He probably shouldn't have farmed top, but you guys shouldn't have engaged there. Because the split pressure is fine as long as you guys are wave clearing and not putting yourself in harm's way. Okay, they're all kind of weak, so if they overstay their welcome, you got to be thinking about things of how you can get back in the game. The biggest thing is to work on a tricky Baron if it gets that, especially since I don't even think they have it warded. The Volleyball Bear has been around here, but look, they don't even have it warded. Um, so there's just things, ways to be thinking about it. Lower yellow, a lot of times they just don't ward Baron like early in the game. They'll do it late game when it's just team fights on team fights on team fights. But it's like right in the that middling point where it's like the laning phase is pretty much kaput, but it's not quite like complete map control and like straight up team fights on team fights phase. So there's a chance it's not warded. And the bigger thing is, if they overstay their welcome, they won't be in good condition to defend it. But it looks like they are going to get back, so that won't be an option for you guys. Let's speed this up, see what happens. You also see, okay, you also see Caitlyn bottom. So you have your options, either shove middle or so you have the option shove middle or even do Baron, and I don't think Baron is a good option here. I think shove middle is your only option. But hopefully you're learning that you have to control. Well, these guys are way overextended right now because you're not there to follow up. They're just kind of like these guys. The red team is staying together as a team a lot more. You can't keep going in here. You guys just don't have the follow up right now with everyone being so weak. If anything, you just want to buy time for Yorick. And again, you could potentially be engaging a 4v5. And you guys are really losing this poke battle here severely. It's the point where they could probably just push middle and take it to the house. Looks like they're not doing that. You saw Lee Cinder calling just now. Fiddlesticks is getting pretty close up. Where you guys won't have the follow up again. So I like that you're going to assist this guy, even though he's probably dead. Let me go back, because I see that you turned around. I want to see what happened. Okay, so you're going to help him. You see kill. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. The only thing is Fiddlesticks is probably, yeah. I don't know if you could tell. I'm going to go back one more time just to see where Fiddlesticks was. If you have any idea where Fiddlesticks is as this happens. You go on top. They see you going top is the biggest thing. If you're looking at the minimap, they see you going top. So Fiddlesticks is, you can assume that he's getting in position here. Turns out he is. So wards help them win that. They should be doing Baron or something now. Yeah, it's 4-on-3, and they have a Fiddlesticks, which is very good Baroner, and a pretty good team overall for Baron. But they're not. Okay, bottom lane's pushing, so based on who shows up bottom, you could again be looking for a Baron, especially since you know they don't have any vision on it. You know they have vision over here somewhere, unless it faded. Looks like it faded. And the other thing you could be looking to do right now while Caitlyn's bottom is hard engaging, because you see that pressure coming in, you know they're going to send someone to defend it, and you could get away with doing one of your hard engages there, and potentially getting into a good 5v4 and shutting them down. The only problem is if you pull out that, if you use your EQ combo to engage, you're not going to have it for Fiddlesticks. So you have to have knowledge where Fiddlesticks is and do your best to neutralize him. Now Kate's coming over, so it's going to be a tougher engage, especially you guys keep taking it to them even though they're stomping you guys out here. So Fiddlesticks is just going to ult again if I'm him. Just straight up ult while your EQ combo's down. Oh shit, he did it. I didn't even notice it. And he did it. So you guys don't have a way of stopping it without that EQ. Should be the game. Let me see. Sorry, I didn't mean to fast forward that much. I kind of zoned out. Okay, so they're all low. You're spawning. Hopefully home guarding. I didn't have enough for home guard. Pretty poorly played by them. Nice. And I don't think you guys have, with your ADC dead, I don't think you have the power to turn this into a Baron. Maybe you do if you get this Caitlyn, you do. And the easier option is to push middle here. You could even dive middle. You guys have a 4 on, like, pretty much a 4 on 2. I mean, Jace can poke, but he can't really hard engage. Dragon's a safe idea too. I would prefer pressuring middle a little bit, trying to work out a dive, trying to, because by getting Dragon, you're not really giving them any sort of risk. Whereas if they try and defend this turret here, 4v, let's call them 2.5, you're going to be able to just dive them and crush them, especially if you do a tankier build. You have Ancient Golem, but you actually didn't build that tanky. Just because of that brutalizer. I mean, still kind of tanky, but just the fact that you're behind and you don't have all tank items is what might make it a hard dive. But they actually didn't have that much CC other than Volibear stopping you from that dive either. So I think you could have got away with it. Oh my god, that Yorick build's really bad. Yorick's like, these guys here are way out of position because if Volibear like flash engages or something like that, they're risking a lot. It probably won't happen because they don't know where you guys all are. They probably assume you. If I were them, I'd be assuming you guys are exactly where Jarvan is right now, ready to follow up. But just being this far out within your AD is not close, and they're all probably here. Here comes. They can just engage real hard. You guys just aren't fighting as a team. That should be the game. We'll just fast forward it, because I'm pretty sure that's the game. Not the game, but like, yeah, I think you guys are going to be so crippled after this, it won't matter. You guys are just going to make the same mistakes over again. Okay, I'm not even going to go back to what happened there. You guys gotta try and, like, I don't know, turn these plays into something with them all being weak. You're not really in a position to do so, because of these super minions middle, and you guys don't have really good wave clear or anything. They should be trying to get that Baron instead of pushing out of turrets just because they have enough pressure. They've been winning team fights. They can use Baron to bait team fights. I like that you're keeping it warded though, at least. I'm not gonna fast forward for the next fight. I'm gonna watch how it happens. Well, apparently Volibear is really out of position because I was looking at his team. And they're choosing to do. Oh wait, Volibear got the kill. See, I didn't notice that. I was wondering why they're doing Baron. See, all this stuff doesn't really help your jungling at all. It just kind of helps your transition into team fights, even though there's not really much to discuss. You guys blew it to the point where you just can't really do anything about it. And it was pretty futile attempts by Yorick to steal the Baron. Generally speaking, unless you have some sort of high burst or something that can potentially get in there, you don't want to do that. Like, you need Smite or a Lux Laser or a Cho'Gath Feast. Even a Lee Sin kick can work sometimes, or a Gnosis Q can work sometimes, but Yorick doesn't have the burst to really take down, to outsmite a dragon. I put that in quotes, outsmite. I don't know why Ezreal has 2 Infinity Edges. It's probably the worst Ezreal build I've ever seen. I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward and double speed this. See, Fiddlesticks just keeps getting these ults off where he can just crush everybody. And that's really what's making you guys lose this. It's not anyone else, it's, oh wow. It's just the fiddlesticks ults and the fact that you guys usually aren't in position to follow up. So overall, your early ganks were really good. You kind of neglected jungle clear a little bit, and you did some really risky, made some really risky decisions counter jungling. I don't know if you were looking at the mini map a couple times, like that one time when you went to take red and it looked like Lee Sin was running right at you. You got caught out the red. Um, Overall, you did a very good job early, but you had trouble transitioning into team fights. You just made some risky decisions. Sometimes you just gotta let the kill go. You gotta accept that you forcing them off the map is better than you tower diving. Say you're like full health and they're at like 20 health. You tower diving and getting the kill, and then like, oh, okay, let's say you're at half health and they're at like 20 health. You tower diving and getting the kill there, and then dying is kind of neutralizing the overall play for them, especially if they're like an ADC or someone that can carry. Um, you're giving them a kill and you're getting a kill, but the jungler getting a kill isn't as effective as an AP carry getting a kill. And I was mainly talking about that one time that you dove. I forget who you dove top tower. I think it was Jace. Might not have been Jace though. Might have been Lee Sin. I can't remember. But the best case scenario was you maybe get the kill. The worst case scenario is you don't get the kill and you die. So I'll go ahead and cut this analysis up and then send it to you in a second. Um, but good job early on. I think Jarvan is a good choice of a jungler for you because he seems to suit your playstyle. You just have to adapt to and have a game plan for the team fights. And in those team fights, you actually can't be the engager because they're going to counter engage 10 times harder than you can, unless you guys can just blow the fiddlesticks up, which you really can't because he has his Zonias. And he has pretty good peel. So that's it. That's all I got for you. Hopefully I'll watch another game of yours soon. I do like the Jarvan pick though. That's the biggest thing I can say. He's not really my kind of jungler because I like to farm a lot more than I like to gank, but you like to gank a lot more than you like to farm, and that's why you're a little bit lower level than your other teammates and then your counterparts on their team. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna do another one in a second. So if you're not bored as hell yet, you can just stick around, and I'll be watching again. I don't know who I'm watching. Let me see. Told this guy to watch him. By the way, and I'm pretty sure right now. Okay, wait. What's your name? Tredge? So I didn't really have that much for you guys after the jungling went down. It was just pretty much the same mistakes that were being made in the team fights over and over again. That kind of killed you guys. Just which is something people need to learn. I feel like it is one of the biggest things, but it sounds really repetitive that I just keep saying the same things. But that is why you guys are losing those team fights. You're not stopping fiddlesticks, and you're not engaging when you guys have follow up. You're engaging like 4v5s, and when you guys don't have follow up. Those are the two biggest mistakes late game. So yeah, have a game plan for team fights.